And we are back with Medieval 2 Total War. I am Pretentious Jack. We are the Brits. Now, we have 100 turns remaining. And we have currently 24 regions controlled. We need 45, including Jerusalem. So we need to get to work. Which, in this particular episode, we are under siege at Frankfurt. Though I'm not particularly worried about that. I'll probably ride out and deal with that myself. Meanwhile, we have Richard Brown in here who will deal with whatever is going on here. We have the Germans, we've got the Danish, we've got ourselves. So that could be a three-way battle for Magdeburg. And ultimately, I think that is Denmark's last little territory. So we should be able to destroy Denmark this turn, or next couple of turns anyways. Also, we have the Portuguese down in the south, where we will be taking care of Lisbon, hopefully, with our King Roger the Wrathful. Also, we have James Filed, who we will be using not soon, but soon-ish, to get rid of the Papal States at Valencia, and from there, well, who knows? We have been kind of forced into a war with Germany, so we could head over to Breslau, perhaps, or even head over to the Milanese at Dijon. I'm not going to attack the French just yet. We can take them whenever we feel like it, really. So we'll leave them alone for now, as they are our allies. Right, let's get on with it. We need to end the turn straight away, so that's what we will do. Alrighty, so the Papal States have come out and met us. What have they got? Holy crap. They've got the Great Cross. That's like an old an old crusading army. So yeah, that's a tough fight. No, we're gonna withdraw, see if they... Okay, so they're not gonna chase us down. Okay, so we're just gonna move back. No need to get involved with that just yet. What we will do, however, is just... no, we're not going to do that. I can't actually build in Zaragoza, so we should probably get it back on track. Get a city watch going, so we can just build some archers. And we need to get James Filed's army a little bit stronger. We're going to get some ribboats. And how do we take out spearmen? We will grab some dismounted English knights. As well as we're going to bring a culverin along as well. And we've got 2 ribboats, a culverin, as well as mortars, and we will bring along 3 more units of dismounted English knights. We'll shove that into James Filed, and then we will deal with this army. Now, King Roger, you are heading over to Lisbon slowly. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns until you get to Lisbon, so we will slowly march across. We will just pad up your army a little bit, get some more knights in there. That will do. Excellent. Meanwhile, let's head back up to Magdeburg, see what's going on down in here. Well, we've got King Emund and Prince Birger, which I'm not too worried about them, to be honest. That army a little bit more so, but they have a lot of peasants. Fingers crossed we might be able to get down their king relatively easy. Fairly confident. How many knights do they have? Just the one there, and another, obviously, unit of General's Bodyguard, and a couple of scouts. Okay, so we're going to take this fight on, a 1-to-1 strength ratio. It's going to be even fight. I think we should win fairly comfortably. And let's get going. Alrighty, here we are. Looks like the Black Forests of Germany. Right, where do we want to set up? We got a little Stonehenge. Thinking probably we want to keep it out in the open for the most part. Don't want to get stuck in the woods. Could It's a hard one. I think in this particular corner will serve us well, and hopefully we can fend them off, and the reinforcing army doesn't like appear behind us. That would be annoying. But we will. Then again, we do have to assault them. So if we start up on this right-hand side, we can kind of scoot across that way. So yeah, I think we still set up in here, but we will set up defensively first and deal with this. Okay, so this is what we're going to go with. We have our ring of longbowmen and yeoman archers with all their stakes deployed, just in case they come at us. I don't think they will, but they might. We have our armored swordsmen protecting our line of archers that will retreat once we can, and we have our dismounted English knights in behind to reinforce where needed, and then we have our mercenary spearmen just protecting our flanks with our cavalry at the back. Yeah, so let's start the battle, see where they seem to be. Okay, so they are over there. The enemy reinforcements are delayed, which is excellent. It doesn't appear that they are moving, so what we will do is just group them together and move them out to here. And just keep our formation as best as we can in there. But we will just speed things up. Alright, so here we are. We're going to have our cannons firing straight away. Hopefully they can get some decent kills on their front line. Fingers crossed. And unless they start coming at us, I'm not going to start doing anything too drastic. Fingers crossed they do the damage required. What we will do in the meantime, however, as our cannons are doing some damage, we will just bring our front lines a bit forward, see if we can't draw them out. So we will have our armored swordsmen come out in front, with our mercenary spearmen on either side. Alright, so what we have done is just straighten up our lines a bit with our cavalry on the flanks, and we've just brought up our dismounted English knights for support as well. I'll just bring them a bit closer. But our cannons seem to be doing work. They kill 5%, which is not a bad return. They're getting a few kills here and there. We will keep them firing until they decide to come at us a little bit. But what we might do is use our Pavis crossbowmen and just see if we can't draw them out a little bit by bringing them a bit forward. Now they will be protected from arrow fire fairly well, so hopefully we can do some damage with them as well. Now the plan here is to use our Pavis crossbowmen to just draw them out, and then we will fire with our own banks of archers as they come out. Fingers crossed this works. Alright, so they don't appear to be doing anything with our Pavis crossbowmen getting in range, so we're just going to fire at them. And as you can see, we're still firing with our cannons, which are pretty hit and miss at the moment. Doing pretty decent work, but not great work. 7% killed. Alright, so we've just started firing on their peasant archers on one wing. Okay, so what we're doing is I'm just going to bring my archers forward. A bit of a dangerous tactic, I know, but we should be okay, as it looks like they're bringing their archers out at us, which is fine. I'm comfortable with that at the moment. Doesn't look like they're going to fire at us, to be honest. Okay, so as our guns have fired out, they have no more ammunition, as do our mercenary Pavis crossbowmen. They have done 50% of the work. 3 units, 50%, that's a good return in my opinion. So what we are going to do is we're going to charge with everybody, and we should hopefully crush them. Right, let's see. So we'll march you guys into there, march you guys into here, and then we will charge from the flanks with our cavalry. I'm not a fan of charging through the woods, but it'll do. So here we go. Hopefully we can do work. So as they come into range of their archers, we will begin to run a little bit quicker. Here we go. Now we run. And run. And now we charge into their flanks. Into their flanks. And away we go. Here we come. We're coming to get you. Here come our knights. This will be an emphatic charge, I have no doubt. Let's make sure that we go after all of them. We've got routing units already. The Norse archers are not going to stand against us, that is for sure. Let's make sure that we keep charging in. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Alright, they're all running now. Get into their... I'm assuming that's their king, maybe their prince. I'm not quite sure just who that is. But he's running. We've got a full rout going on. So there's the battle. End the battle there, I think. Actually, I'm just going to continue it and I'll be back as we run everybody down. Alrighty, sensational stuff indeed. We only lost 18 men, which is a pretty emphatic victory in my opinion. They didn't show up, King Edmund, which is interesting. So let's see who did the most casualties or the most damage. So we've got our mercenary Pavis crossbowman killed 383 soldiers, while our bombards killed about 40, 20, not the greatest numbers, but not too bad either. Captured a lot of prisoners, but those Pavis crossbowmen did the work. So we've got 8,000 total ransom value. Do we release them, ransom them? I think we ransom them. They rejected, so we killed them all. Is that right? There's a Danish capital at Helsinki. Of course there bloody is. The sneaky bastards. Right, so we're gonna go deal with that. We'll bring our navy down and we'll just go up and grab Helsinki. Or you might have noticed that the army that was surrounding Frankfurt has bailed on us, which is good news, not without killing a few of our soldiers though. So I'm sure we'll pay them back in due time. But do we go after this? Nah, we're gonna wait them out. We'll siege them unless they want to come out and attack us. It's the smart thing to do, in my opinion. So we'll wait them out and we will, I think, end the turn there. I don't think there's anything else going on, so moving right along. Time for everybody, or everyone. The citizens of the city of Milan can now claim to be the most punctual in the known world, or at least their overseers and taskmasters can claim to know when their workers are tardy. And in it, an expensive mechanical clock has been set atop a tower, so that everyone from prince to pauper may see the time displayed from the city streets. Typically, now that scholars and engineers have succeeded in creating a truly grand mechanical clock, the more malcontent members of the noble classes have begun calling for a more portable version of the device. Ah, good. Okay, so we continue to surround Magdeburg, and we'll continue to do so. We got King Roger heading over to Lisbon slowly but surely. We're going to use James Filed eventually to take Valencia, as I mentioned earlier. Other than that, not much is going on, so we will end the turn there. Bold predictions. An aspiring English scholar by the name of Walter Merle claims that he is able to predict the weather, unlike the mystical ramblings of yesteryear's heretical pagans who claim to have spiritual insight in when the heavens will open up. Merle has stated he can do this simply by scientific observation. Apparently, Merle's predictions are correct more often than not, but his system is still being perfected. Surely it will only be a matter of months now before the man knows exactly how the weather will behave. Okay, so this is what we're going to do to grab Helsinki. We're going to send an army, Prince William specifically, and we're going to head over to Helsinki by boat and just surround it and take it. Should be fairly straightforward. Also, we're going to create an army with Garrett Hick. I've just took him over from London. He was not really doing anything. So in Angiers, we might just make a push towards Dijon with a new army. With our new culverins as well that we are building at the moment, which will be fun. Alrighty, that will do us for this turn, so we will end it there. Okay, so we have built our army with Prince William. He is in the boat, and we're heading up to Helsinki, which will take a little while, and we'll take that shortly. We're getting closer, 2 turns until we head to Lisbon. James Fylde has finally met up with his artillery and an extra few units, so we're going to head him down just in the land, actually, to this bridge. They might come out and get us, you never know. Fingers crossed that they do. Other than that, we're not doing much else. No, not really. So we will end the turn yet again, and fingers crossed, a bit of action coming up shortly. Alright, here we are. Our army with James Fylde is going to be tested early against this particular ex-crusading army. They are attacking us, which benefits us greatly as we have a lot of cavalry, a lot of artillery, as well as we can basically blunt their mailed knights as well with our stakes. And fingers crossed, our armored swordsmen and dismounted English knights can do the job against a shed load of crusader sergeants. There's not much in terms of their paper guard will be a bit more difficult to deal with, but I'm fairly confident we can get the win in this one, and let's get going. Alright, well, an interesting weather, to be fair, so fingers crossed we can be just as effective in the fog. Okie dokie, this is what we're going to go with. We've got a nice ring of stakes that will protect us from the knights. We've got our ribboats at the front. We will be moving our yeoman archers back pretty much instantaneously, probably towards... we're going to sort the line out a little bit better, but we have our mailed knights in the woods. We've got our artillery at the back. I'm not trying to get involved with my general's bodyguard too much. We may have to. Depending on how we go, and our English knights, dismounted English knights, will stay in the wings trying to deal with their flanking units. Let's start the battle, and we will instantly move our archers in between our ribboats and our artillery. Sort that out properly. That'll do. And then we'll bring our infantry units further forward. Well, our culverin seems to be doing some damage. It's done 1% so far, so that sounds good to me. And we've just sorted out our line a little bit better. We've got our armored swordsmen up front, in behind the stakes. Just protect ourselves a little bit from flanking cavalry charges. Our yeomen in behind, who will just turn off skirmish mode, don't need them running too much, and fingers crossed we can do the job. Alright, our mortars are now firing as well. Where are they? Let's have a look, shall we? Holy crap, they're a long way away, but we can watch them coming in as they get fired upon. 3% killed, so I don't know quite who we're firing at, but we'll see how we go. That's a lot of soldiers, by the way. So yeah, you can see where we've done damage, that's for sure. Lots of dead soldiers. Oops, didn't mean to pause. Alright, so now our ribboats are firing, which is excellent news. Our yeoman archers are firing as well, so here we go. This is when the death starts to begin for them. Shaken, wavering, straight away. Losing lots of men early. They're routing already. So they've got a bit of work to do before they get anywhere close to us. We are going to be fired upon straight away, which is not too concerned at the moment. Alright, here come the rest of their army. Fingers crossed we can hold. If they want to come charging into our stakes, they're more than welcome to, which they do. That's going to be huge. Ooh, that's huge. Alright, we're still firing. Our mailed knights are no longer hidden, so we need to get them out of there. Get out, get out, get out. Run away. Alright, here we go. That's a lot of units. Bring our English knights... No, not you. English knights forward. Bring you guys in. Bring our English knights forward. Where did our knights go? Where did they go? Ah! Come here. There you are. We're doing work at the moment. We're just gonna charge into the Pavis crossbowmen. Things seem to be going well for now. Not quite sure. Kill 26, 27%. We're still firing though. We need to get stuck into their... Alright, we're into their general's bodyguard. We'll take that. Looks like they're trying to flank us from this side. Just bring our armored swordsmen into these mailed knights over here. There we go. Excellent stuff. That's exactly what we're after. Looks like we killed their general. Ooh, that's huge. So, Baron Picius, I think his name was. We just killed him. That might mean that his general bodyguard will hold, actually. That's interesting. Still firing away. Still working in here. Their spearmen will be causing us a lot of trouble, I'd imagine. Alright, we've done work on their knights. Let's see if we can't flank these guys around and do some damage that way. Come on, come around, and get stuck in there. Here we go. That'll be an interesting moment. We might get a flank as we charge into the side of them. How are we doing down here? Knights seem to be dying down there. That's okay, I'm not too worried about them. They might rout. How are we doing on this side? We're going okay. Ooh, we got some units routing. Looks like we're just starting to win. Kill 50% of them. Our armored swordsmen are getting stuck into their little cross thing. Alright, they're routing. Their right-hand side is weakened as we continue to flank across. Come on, get further across. Our left-hand side is holding for now. We just need to get stuck into their... Alright, their right-hand side has folded as we come across our own lines and protect everybody else. Just make sure that we're not leaving ourselves open to a flank. As we continue to fire with our artillery. Excellent stuff. Now we can bring them into the Great Cross. Hopefully that will, if we can get the Great Cross to free, that would be ideal. But it seems we're going to win this fight. As we continue. Come on. Problem with the Papal Guard is they just have such good leadership. They just... Good lord. Alright, so we're going okay. It's a pretty tough fight for us, to be honest. We're losing a lot of men. We've lost a unit of mailed knights. That's okay. What we will do is we're going to finally use our general's bodyguard. We'll just take him out to the right. We'll just use this particular unit to deal with those guys coming back in. Come on, bring them down. Pick your machines back up. Start firing again, please. Alright, so we've routed them that way. So we can get them just to charge out. Fingers crossed we can get them routing. It looks like they're all routing. Still doing work. We're going to just turn our those guys off. Don't need them firing into ourselves. Who hasn't routed yet? Where are they? Over here. Just make sure that we are getting stuck into everybody. Where's our general's bodyguard? There he is. Just get him stuck in as well, but that should do us. We have a bunch of units who decided not to route. Here they come. We need to get stuck into there. Okay, there we are. There's the end of the battle. We will just continue it on, just to make sure that we wrap as many of them up as we can. Alright, so that is a wrap. We lost 725 men, a bit more than I would have liked, but we killed 2,300, which is sensational. Let's see who did well. Our culverin inflicted 190 casualties. That's pretty insane. Our mortar did okay. How did our rowboats do? Not the greatest, but that's okay. Our yeomen did work as always, killing a lot of them. Our armored swordsmen did some work as well. So let's continue on. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a risk, but we're going to head straight to Valencia and hopefully just get in range of it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Can't quite lay it to siege. That would be ideal. Okay, so we will end the turn there. We've just moved James Fard in within range of Valencia. We've got King Roger the Wrathful, who will reach Lisbon next turn. He could be intercepted by Duarte de Castro, maybe. We shall see. We've got Magdeburg surrounded. We've got our army heading up to Helsinki. So it's all happening at the moment. And we will just end the turn there as well. Alright, so King Roger's going to head into Duarte de Castro. We're going to destroy this army. Hopefully, maybe. But we've got him on the run as well. We will just move James Fard into range of Valencia, maintain the siege. They've only got 4 units, so we might just assault that at a later date. Meanwhile, Magdeburg is close to surrendering, and we will move our army further towards Helsinki. Now, we're going to end the episode there. Now, we will be heading to Lisbon next episode, as well as doing Valencia, Magdeburg, and Helsinki. So 4 territories on the go at the same time. Not bad work if I don't say so myself. But if you've enjoyed the episode, give it a like. And if you've enjoyed it more than that, give it a subscribe. I'd be very grateful. And until next time, have a good one.